The topics that I chose to talk about for my final project are black holes, white dwarfs, and the temperature of stars. So the first topic that I thought was super interesting that we learned this semester were that black holes form when gravity is extremely strong. They form when gravity is so strong that nothing can prevent the stellar core from collapsing under its own weight. Nothing, not even light itself, can escape from a black hole. Nothing can escape it at all. They bend spacetime around them. The curvature of spacetime basically just gets bigger and bigger as we get closer to a black hole, and a black hole itself in space is basically just like a bottomless pit of nothing, which is super interesting. And we know they exist because there are different ways to find and measure them. Some examples of these would be high mass X-ray binaries, event horizon telescopes, as well as gravitational waves, and these are some pictures of what they look like. The second topic that I found super interesting was that white dwarfs go through so many different processes. A white dwarf, what it is, it's basically what is left over after a star dies and exposes its outer layer, which is a dense interior, and it's basically what the size of Earth is, pretty much. They are difficult to see in optical and infrared light, but if we use X-ray and UV light, then we are able to see them and notice what they are. If it has a companion star, it gravitationally takes mass from its companion. If it has a companion star, it also may undergo supernova eruptions, which is very cool. White dwarfs get smaller as they get more and more massive, but if it ends up becoming too massive, it will explode as a supernova. The mass of a star is what determines its evolution, death, and end product. And some examples of these would be low-mass stars turning into planetary nebula and then turning into a white dwarf, and high-mass stars turning into a supernova and then neutron stars or black holes. The third topic that I chose was the temperature of stars, and we can learn information about temperatures of stars just by looking at what color they are. So stars are not all the same color because they all have different temperatures and they're all very different. Blue stars are the hottest stars and red stars are the coolest stars. Stars are classified into spectral types, and these types are determined by what color they are and the temperature. The exact color can be found by so the apparent brightness by using filters, and the typical spectrum includes the categories on this list. So there's so many different ways to find it out. But yes, those are my 3 favorite topics that I found interesting from this semester.